What was that like to watch from the sidelines?
I thought the boys played really well. I thought first half there were still really good things in there. Just probably went forward a pass or two too early, which left us a wee bit vulnerable in the counter-attack and gifting kind of too many chances. I thought we started the game with real intent, came out the traps, flying, which is something that we asked. Never moved the ball well enough. I thought we could have kind of worked it a wee bit more side to side and gained a wee bit more control. But overall, in the balance of the 90 minutes, I thought we responded when we needed to. We controlled the game. As the game went on, we looked probably the team that was in the ascendancy and going to get that goal. So very pleased with the reaction, very pleased with what I've seen, and sets us up for a cracker on Friday.
The second half, there was so much of that second 45 minutes where we had them hemmed in. Is there a frustration that we didn't use that to get a goal advantage to take in, or do you just take belief from it that the side are more than capable, as we've seen all season, of doing that to a team and keeping control and dominating a match?
I'm not too sure. Hindsight will be a good thing. That was the message at half time. There was loads of good things in that first half, but I just felt we'd kind of rushed it forward. We tried to go forward too quickly. Now I know that might sound a bit daft, but we second half we used the ball better. We gained territory and we ultimately kept them pinned in, which led to any time that we did lose the ball, we were in positions that we could then just sustain the attack and regain possession. I don't really remember our back three really getting exposed. Robbie has a great save second half that keeps us in it. But in the balance, second 45, we react really well, as the boys always do. We score a really good goal and really positive in terms of the mentality, the approach, the way that we play. We stuck to how we play. It's quite easy to divert away from your style, which again, maybe emotion and the pressure, you're 2-1 down and a big game, it's easy to just start lumping the ball and forget kind of what's got you to that position in the first place. And sometimes just about calming everyone down and realising that, listen, we're here for a reason, this is the football that's got us here, and we're going to continue to do it.
Looking ahead to Friday, I suppose psychology is a massive thing in professional sport of all kinds. Do we need to pull on our playoff experience or big game experience from this season, notwithstanding the cup final and everything else, to get us through that match? What's your kind of thoughts ahead of what will be, the deciding leg in this tie?
It'll be a tough game. Again, both teams will be going for it. I think whatever team's ability to recover better will win the game, if I'm totally honest. I think we've got a young fit group in there, so I'm hoping that kind of plays in our favour. But ultimately now the only focus is about sleep, recovery, what we eat, nutrition, all those things. And going to Partick, it's about kind of same approach psychologically we can use on and lean on experiences that we've had, cup wins and playoffs and stuff. But ultimately it's another game of football regardless, so it is just about making sure whatever team and personnel play and come on in the game, doing their jobs for the team. We execute that well and we do things correctly, then we've got a great chance.
I imagine it's too early to really know for sure, but how's Gabby McGill? He's obviously hurt his shoulder. We could see in the second half he had ice on that. How's he doing? What's the kind of situation there?
I think he popped it during the game, but he managed to kind of pop it back in, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So we'll go and we'll get him scanned and we'll get it checked to make sure he's okay. Considering they'd done that, I thought he played really well, held the ball up, was a real kind of link between our midfield and obviously forwards, finding good little pockets. So listen, time will tell. We'll see how he is. But if not, listen, it's a sliding doors moment for someone else to go and kind of grab the jersey and go and kind of build on that level of performance that we've showed.
I suppose it says a lot about him as well that he's taking that painful one. It's gone back in and then he goes in and levels the tie at the start of the second half.
You're not going to get any footballer that plays in a playoff that's going to come off with an injury unless he's really struggling. So he tried to battle on and we gave him as long as we could. I think a wee bit of fatigue in general started to set in up front and just wanted to freshen it up a little bit. But he put in a hell of a shift for the time he was on, him and Toddy. And ultimately we'll see in the next probably 24 hours the severity of his shoulder, see how he is. But main focus now is just about recovery.
And I suppose that's for the whole squad, just need to see how everyone recovers. I didn't think anyone else picked up anything too bad, but you just have to see how the rest of the week goes, I suppose.
That's it. And listen, we'll be in tomorrow. Make sure the boys will get a good sleep, give them a few hours extra in bed. Nutrition, we make sure that we're on top of all these things, and to be fair, the boys do that normally anyway, so it's just about reiterating that message, making sure that we come in, we're doing a ice bath, all the necessary steps that we need to give ourselves a great kind of opportunity to go out there on Friday and play with that same intensity.
Brilliant, Rhys, thank you very much. We'll see you Friday.
Cheers.
Craig, I don't know what that was like to play in. It was some watch. What are your feelings after the match?
To be honest, disappointed that we don't have an advantage or a lead going into the second leg. Thought we actually started the game really well, on the front foot, aggressive, and then really disappointed with the goals that we conceded. In the build up to the first. Quality finish, you take your hat off for the finish, but in the build up, bit slack from ourselves. And then the second goal, we know collectively at the back as a unit we need to be doing better. But what was said at half time, said with a positive spin on it, and I think it was a great reaction from everyone. Boys that came on, starters, everyone, excellent reaction. Delighted to get back in the game with a goal, and that's why I was saying I was disappointed. Like, we dominated that second half. It felt like, yes, they had a couple of spells, a couple of dangerous counter attacks. You're always going to get that with the players that they've got. But no, I was delighted with the performance in the second half.
Two very, very good teams, and I think you're right. They both showed in spells that they could put the other under pressure and create chances. But I think you're right. That second period, particularly once we'd got the equaliser, we really, for large sections of the game, had them hemmed in.
Yeah, 100%.
How do we use that to take into the Firhill game then? Because I suppose it's easy to be frustrated not to get the third, but we showed that we can play a good team and keep them in that position like that.
100%. When we get the style and the game plan that we want going, it's so hard to play against. I've been on the receiving end of it. It's hard to play against. You can't get out clearing, like any clearances defensively you do. The other team's picking it up high, and another attack's coming, and it's enjoyable to play from in a defensive side in that style of play. In terms of anything that comes back out, we're getting the ball, we're restarting the attack. But no, we've got to take huge belief, got to recover proper, and be very professional in the next few days with how we approach our recovery. And just get right back at it, stuck in again, and hopefully we start take off where we finished it.
We've had a lot of big games this season, the cup final, big league games, important fixtures, cup games, even going back to the League Cup. And then we've got last season to look back on and other playoff experiences as well. Is that what we'll need to kind of use to our advantage, that we've got this experience to pull from to get through? No doubt there'll be difficult moments at Firhill on Friday, so is that going to stand us in good stead?
Yeah, 100%. Looking at the final last year, where we're drawn in the first leg going into the second, so again, gain from experience from that, experience from the year before, the disappointment, use that to fuel us, give us that bit of aggression, bit of burning desire, which I still hurt, even though we got the promotion last year, still hurt from the year before. So 100% build on them experiences, pass it off to the younger lads or other lads that might not have been overly involved, that now have a main role in the team. But no, really looking forward to it. Hopefully it was enjoyable to watch. Just like I said, disappointed we couldn't be going with a numerical advantage.
Yeah, I think if I was a neutral tuned into that tonight, instead of having a particular bias, I'd have been thrilled with my entertainment. But well played, Craig. You did very, very well tonight, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks very much.